So a long season will come to an end tonight. Junior A Hockey Championship of Canada to be decided, the RBC Cup here inside Powerade Arena here in Brampton. And our starting goalie is brought to you by Chevrolet.
Well, for the starting goalie for Burnaby here is Bryce Luker. He's out of Michigan Tech University and back playing as a 20-year-old. It's Brett Bothwell. Got the best goals against in the tournament at 1.86 and has been very solid throughout the tournament for the Yorkton Terriers.
Goaltending's been a factor. We haven't had a lot of penalties this week. Rules a little bit different in Junior A hockey as opposed to Major Junior and the NHL with less obstruction. Sean McQuigg is our whistleblower here tonight. The RBC Cup opening face-off. Top two lines up against each other. Burnaby in white. The Yorkton Terriers in black. Puck sent down the ice. And right away, a whistle for icing.
I don't think there's any doubt here, Rod. Probably, you know, they're going power against power, and they're going to try to fill each other out at the start of the game here, and probably no one wants to make a mistake early, and they're just going to play very safe to start the hockey game here.
There's Dave Simoes, one of the defensemen, number 5. What an intense guy during the national anthem. He looks like he's ready to eat somebody. Paul Crowder in on the face-off. Puck back to Yorkton. Bad bounce off the glass here. That could be a factor. The glass is not seamless here. There are some partitions and there are some funky bounces. You would know that well, Stan.
There's no doubt you're going to get a lot of funny bounces here, and I've seen a lot of goals go in on behalf of our hockey team courtesy of those pieces of glass.
And down the ice again.
Yeah, the glass here, obviously it's not seamless glass, and as a result of that, sometimes pucks are going to bounce in strange ways, and a lot of times here the goalie's got to be careful because when the puck's dumped in, it can hit the glass, and if they go behind the net to play, it can go right in the net, and that's something both teams have got to be aware of.
Jovan Matic wins the draw back to Keith Seabrook. His brother Brent, of course, a member of 2 World Junior Championship Canadian squads. Playing at the World Championship right now for Team Canada. Member of the Express, number 7 on defense. We'll watch him, Keith Seabrook. High off the glass to center ice. Matic trying to chip it out. Might be a little ragged here early on as both teams had very emotional wins yesterday, and it's been a long week trying to find their legs in this final game. Nice move there. Good save by Bothwell. Kyle Turris, the 16-year-old, youngest player on the ice. Dave Simoes is belted there. And we have our first penalty. And it's an elbowing call, and there was no doubt Simoes didn't even have the puck.
No, that's a bad penalty at the start of the game like that. You can't take penalties like that, and Sean McQuigg's a pretty consistent official, and he's going to make that call. As you can see here, here's Kyle Turris, a great move here. This kid's unbelievable, almost creates a scoring chance, and you know, he's just a great player. And as you can see here, it's a penalty, elbow right to the head there. There's no doubt about that. And now Burnaby's going to go on the power play. I don't know if Yorkton wants to take undisciplined penalties like that throughout the game.
Burnaby very efficient on the power play. Best team of the 5 this week here at the RBC Cup. So they will go to work now. Jeff Orban over the line. A little 2-on-1 here. Trying to backhand it in front was Paul Crowder. Watch out for number 19, too, Jeff Irwin. Irwin and McNeely. Lethal combination for Burnaby this season, but this week they have only combined for 1 goal. Top lines had a bit of a health issue as well. Little bout of strap throat this week here in Brampton. Bothwell holds it behind the net. The shade along the boards and once again sent down the ice. 1:11 to go in the power play. Simoes. Irwin. Band on his shot. Puck behind the net. Irwin looking to the point. Turris. Tries. Just like that, Kyle Turris puts Burnaby up 1-0.
Just a great goal by Burnaby on the power play, and we talked about bad penalties, and obviously Yorkton took a bad one here, but we can see just moving the puck around, and you can see Kyle Turris here. He just slides into the seam. He's going to be coming across right now. Makes a play, opens up. Great shot to the top shelf on the glove side, and you can see it again. Finds an open space and just fires it right over the goalie's shoulder above the glove there. But great patience by the Burnaby team, and real smart play there by a 16-year-old finding the seam there on the power play.
He was the Rookie of the Year in the BC League this year, Kyle Turris from New Westminster, BC. And a lot of big goals this week for Burnaby en route to this championship game. 1-0 Express. Now the big line for Yorkton. Chinsky on the forecheck. Behind the net, almost got it. And that's held there by Luker.
Okay, we're going to take another look at the goal here. As you can see, just a good puck movement here, and Turris comes from the weak side, away from the defenseman, can't see him, gets into the high slot there and takes a shot and scores. And the defenseman has got to be aware of where he is, and the strong side forward as well. So, but he's got great hands and good goal scorers, find places to go on the ice to be successful.
Already. Ed Zawadzki, the head coach of Yorkton, is double shifting for Chinsky. Out here now with Craig Straightnose, number 26. And also number 28, Barry Sparvier.
You know, I guess the big thing here is Seven Korchinski's the big go-to guy for their team, and a lot of coaches are doing that now. You can see that with Joe Sacca with Colorado. Early in the game, they try to double shift their top players on two lines just to try to get them into the game, and probably right now try to get them right back in the game as well.
There's Ed Zawadzki, who used to play with Yorkton about 20 years ago in the old Centennial Cup days. Also went to Colorado College, coaching this team for the last couple of years. Orban behind the net, wheels up ice. Finucci, Carlo Finucci's number 54, dumping it in. Chris Carver backhanding along the boards. Orban again sends it down, and that one will send the puck back down the ice.
Coaching for Burnaby here, you can see is Rick Lance, who played 12 years in the NHL, former Oshawa General, first-round pick to the Vancouver Canucks, and he's been here before in 1997. Here you can see some old-time hockey highlights right here. Really nice shot there. Normally Grant Fuhr would have that puck, but didn't have it on that one. As you can see here, kind of going through the whole New Jersey team and slipping it by their goalie.
Mr. Coaster, and now the head coach of the Burnaby Express. Here's Irwin down the left side. Will stop, has the puck taken away from him. Bumped along the boards, and a whistle. Well, this is an interesting team, Burnaby, not only with a high-profile coach, but high-profile owners.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. They got Bill Ramford, Dave Laurie, Kurt McLean, and Darcy Rhoda as four of their owners. So, I mean, obviously there's a lot of NHL experience on the bench as well as in ownership as well.
Quite a kick for some of these players this week. Lands took his team down to the Hockey Hall of Fame and had a chance to see some old Leaf and Vancouver Canucks stuff with Lands, and Express have had a good time in the Toronto area. Better time right now leading this game. Irwin fakes the shot. McNeely can't dig it out, so a whistle inside the Terrier line.
Okay, we're going to take a look here at Dave Simoes, the all-star defenseman for the Burnaby here. This is how he gets ready while the national anthem's on. He has a little bit of a routine, you can see with the skates, and see those red laces there. They've been wearing them since the start of the playoffs, but obviously he's in his own world when the national anthem's on.
Maddock wins the draw. Jake Eroshenko, number 16 on the blue line. The shot wide. Bodies banging behind the net. Korchinski tries to get it, but can't. Mark Soares, the hero yesterday, in front. Stopped by Bothwell. Maddock was right there. Here comes Korchinski. Look out for this guy. Bullies his way into the corner. Rooker got a piece of it. Korchinski still with the puck. Has it taken away, and we have a penalty. This time, the Terriers will go on the power play. And the Express are whistled.
Yeah, as you can see, the penalty there is just a hook, but we're going to show the offensive chance here. You can see on the replay. Just great hockey sense here, a little backhand salsa pass, and almost generates some more offense for the Burnaby team. You can see the penalty here is just a hook. He's just trying to make sure he doesn't go to the net. But this is a big power play here for Yorkton. They got to try to get one back right here.
Mike Holmes on the point with Dustin Nearing. Chad Nearing, number 16, the brother of Dustin. Both brothers on the ice right now. Dustin Menke is number 10. Chad Nearing to Menke. Takes his shot. Nearing trying to get it out in front. Esparvier is there. So big body in front. Dangerous pass there. Dustin Nearing into the corner. Terriers trying to respond in a power play of their own. Menke, some good stick work. In front, wide of the net. West trying to chip it down the ice, and they do.
It's interesting, Rod, here how the two teams kill penalties a little different. Yorkton's really aggressive. You know, and we got an injured player here, as you can see. But yeah, we're going to show a shot block here, guys, by Orban. Takes a shot there, great shot block there. Puck goes around to the corner, and the guy just comes and finishes his check, misses him, and basically hurts himself there. So it's an unfortunate play, but hopefully he's okay. But Seabrook, who's going to Denver University next year, was smart enough to get out of the way.
That is Dustin Nearing, older brother of Chad. They were on the power play together. Both hail from Springside, Saskatchewan, town just outside of Yorkton. And there is his mom watching on Mother's Day, and will be happier now to know that he is okay.
Esso rewards youngsters across Canada with most dedicated, most sportsmanlike, and most improved player medals, and reinforces team commitment with certificates of achievement for each member. Visit essomedals.ca to order Esso medals and certificates of achievement for your team. Esso, premier sponsor of Hockey Canada.
Dustin Nearing is back to the bench, looking like he's wincing a bit, but okay. Should be back in the game. 1:10 to go on the Yorkton power play. 1-0 Burnaby. Nice feed in front. Save made by Luker, and Jason Wagard's number 94 was sprung there on a nice pass.
Basically what happens there, as you can see, as we show on the replay here, it's the defenseman's in a little too tight. He gets too close and pass to the outside, and he goes to the lane, and Luker makes a good save there. But the defenseman's got to be aware of that, and it's a little too tight on that play.
Dustin Nearing is back on the power play. There he is. He's off the ice. Back on it. Loses the puck. Soars away to the races. Bothwell gives it right to Turris. Dangerous play right there on the Terriers. And again, we saw the effects of that glass. Your bounces here.
There's no doubt, Rod, the glass here can come into play all the time. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of the teams now have been here all week, so they would know that.
Big line, the power play unit with 25 seconds left in the power play. Korchinski and Wagar. And Rusnak. Nearing. Wagar. Couldn't get it. Korchinski tries to wrap around. Stopped there by Luker. Chad Nearing. Off to Wagar. Nearing behind again. Korchinski was in front. Turris gives it to Maddock out of the penalty box. Maddock and Turris. The trailer. Now, oh, what a beautiful goal by the kid again. And a great feed by Jovan Maddock. Kyle Turris is 2 goals.
Just a great play here. Just great presence. Just got a way to go to the net there. And obviously 9 makes a great play, but he makes the play, drives hard to the net here, you know. And that's what makes it happen. Just goes hard to the net, takes the puck, goes to his backhand, protects the puck, and the puck's in the net. But you know, a lot of players there would make that pass but not follow it up. And in Turris' case, obviously he did. And as a result, the Burnaby team's up 2-0.
You can see why the University of Wisconsin offered this kid a scholarship, full ride to go there.
Well, I don't know. I hear he's drafted by the Vancouver Giants, so I'm sure if Donnie Hayes watching goals like that, him and Mr. Toigo are going to be on the phone trying to convince him otherwise.
Yep. 2 goals already. That just after the penalty expired. Kyle Turris with 2 goals here. The Express rolling early on. Bryce Looker thought that was going to be a icing call. Trying to stretch past here now. Burnaby does. Sparvia. Naring. Chad Naring as the Terriers have to play comeback. 12 minutes to go, first period. Battle behind the net. Terriers come up with it. Loitus has it stopped. And out come the Express. Steve Cunningham down the right side, over the line, waits. Tried to feed Brady Cook. Captain for the Burnaby Express. Loose puck in front. Loitus, oh, he's hit hard by Peter Murph. Seen a lot of big checks this week, Stan.
Yeah, just a great hit there. He closed his gap, and the player had his head down there, and number 2 jumped right up and finished his check. That's a great hit.
Benucci. Terriers send it back in. They're going to get back in the game. It's going to be this big line. It's going to have to spark Yorkton.
You know, it's interesting, Rod, here. They're forechecking 1-2-2 Yorkton, and they may have to change that a little bit just to try to get that first goal here. They can't sit back.
Looper along the boards. Korchinski intercepts behind the net. Wagar. Rusnak. Cycle in the corner. Jason Wagar. Weak shot from the point. Here comes Benucci. Burnaby has good speed on this team. In front is Benucci. Benucci circles the wagon and almost, but a save made by Brett Bothwell on number 7, Keith Seabrook. Otherwise, it would have been 3-0. Big hitting going on here in Brampton. Canada suffered its first loss at the 2006 IIHF World Hockey Championship earlier today, 6-4 to the Czech Republic. They'll meet Finland tomorrow. Final game before the medal round begins, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. 2-0 Burnaby Express over the Yorkton Terriers here at the RBC Cup. Championship of Junior A hockey decided almost to the midway part of this first period.
You know, there's no doubt here that Yorkton's, you got to get one here before the end of the period. But, it's a very tight checking game. The shots are only 4-3 in favor of Burnaby right now. But sometimes shots are extremely misleading because it's scoring chances that really matter, Rod.
Yorkton Terriers had a lot of scoring chances through this tournament. But a team that came in ranked as the top seeded team, Yorkton. Burnaby seeded number 2. Terriers haven't exactly had a great week here. They only won 1 of their first 4 games. Did win in the semifinal yesterday.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But you look at Yorkton here. They scored 7 of their 10 goals this week in the first period. So, I mean, this has got to be a little bit concerning to Ed here as a coach. But, both these teams aren't here by having a lot of character. So they both got a lot of character. So they're going to go.
Point shot, loose puck in front. Caught there by Rogers. Burnaby doing a good job keeping it in. Irwin, save made again by Brett Bothwell. Here come the Terriers. Holmes down the right side, tries the dipsy-doodle, there doesn't work. Here's Jeff Irwin. Rubbed out against the boards. Jeff Irwin's been a presence so far, number 19 for Burnaby. Sparvier trying to give it to Korchinski. Would have been a glove pass, though. Into the Yorkton zone. Shane Kohler with the puck along those boards. Off the glass. Here's Korchinski now. A chance. Snapper. Misses the net. Kohler sending it back in again. Turris looking for Maddox. Kyle Turris' night so far, really his tournament. 6 goals in the tournament. The number 8 for Burnaby, the 16-year-old. Oh, dangerous pass there. Yorkton still has it. Terriers looking to get on the board here. Bouncing around in front a couple of times.
They seem to have a lot more energy, Rod, and this shift here Yorkton has in the previous few shifts, so that's probably a good thing for their team.
Well, both coaches would admit that there are probably some nerves here. The Burnaby Express, the Coquitlam Express up until this year, have never won this title. Yorkton Terriers have been to the RBC Cup 4 times. Here's a break in front and another save by Looker. But the Terriers have never made it to the final. So uncharted territory for both teams. Stretch pass for Maddock. Couldn't get to it. Woitas dumping it in. Eric Sadashny is there. Sadashny's number 24. Again, now a 2-on-1 for the Express. Saved by Bothwell. Into the net it goes, and they're saying it's a goal. Cunningham with the goal, and he batted it in.
Just great eye-hand coordination there by Cunningham. He got the puck there, and the goalie doesn't like where he put the rebound out, and Cunningham banged it in. You can see here on the video, D makes a bad read here, creates a 2-on-1 shot, and the goalie rebound goes out. Great eye-hand, and Cunningham bangs it in, but the play there was in the neutral zone when the D stepped up and misread the play and created the 2-on-1, and you can't be doing that in a game of this importance.
And if there was any argument whether it was a high stick or not, there wasn't much of an argument at all from Yorkton. They knew that Cunningham, in fact, had his stick at the perfect spot, and 3-0 Terriers on their heels in this first period.
It's very important for Yorkton here to get a goal before the end of the period just to get back in the hockey game here.
Menke. There's Nearing. Nearing the weak backhand, and Bryce Looker really hasn't had too many shots, tough shots to face. Bothwell has. That's why it's 3-0. The Yorkton Terriers spinning their wheels right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I mean, Burnaby's doing a great job of keeping their forward up high, and as a result, Yorkton's got to dump the puck in. And when they don't dump the puck in, like we just seen here on TV here, what happens is it creates plays the other end for Burnaby. So, you know, if Yorkton wants to get successful here, they got to get the puck in deep and set up the forecheck, because if they keep turning it over, we're just going to see more 2-on-1s as we go along here.
Bryce Looker with a save there on the hard shot from the point. It's 3-0 Burnaby. 7:45 left in the first period. So far in this tournament, there hasn't been a lot of goal scoring. The Express finding the net 3 times in the first period. There's Irwin, 1-on-1, takes the shot. Bothwell makes the save, and right now Bothwell also needs to get some saves under his belt.
Well, there's no doubt there, number 5 for Yorkton there, Shane Giller, he gives away the puck there, and as a result, you know, we see another scoring opportunity. So, you know, Yorkton's just got to make the safe plays here and just relax, and they're a good hockey team, and just get back in the game. But they can't be turning the puck over time and time again.
Another face-off in the Terrier zone. Carlo Finucci, the 19-year-olds, a number of 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds for Burnaby. Alex Shangula is number 15, and now we have a penalty to Burnaby in the offensive zone, so maybe Yorkton has a chance now to get back on the power play.
There was a bad slash, and as a result of that, the Burnaby player, number 15, is going to think.
And it's a holding the stick call against Shangula.
Obviously, this is a big power play here for Yorkton. They need one here.
Again, they really haven't had too many great scoring chances here. Luker's been good. But not much resistance so far as Nearing blasts one. Face-off will be to the right of Luker.
One of the things that dumping the puck in the power play, it's really, really important that no matter where you put it, you can go and get it. And It's not a bad play, put it on the goalie, because at least now you get a face-off in the offensive end. But they've got to have some good jump here, Yorkton, and get loose pucks and try to generate some offense from that.
Korchinski's in front of the net again. High scorer in the Saskatchewan League this year. Trying to get it to him. Batted out of the air. Zwaga takes the shot. The BC team, the Burnaby team, doing a good job of really clogging the lanes up in front.
Well, Yorkton's got to be a lot more patient with the puck. They've got 2 minutes on the power play, and they've got to use it. They just can't force plays.
Naring, Korchinski tried to bank it in off of Luker. And could not.
Well, what happens here is number 7 makes a good play, a little bit puck presence, puck comes back, and then we get a shot on net, and there's a deflection there, and Luker's got to make a good save. But biggest thing here for Yorkton is they just got to be patient with the puck, take control of it, and make sure they make good plays. Don't be in too big of a rush.
Naring brothers out there again. 22 is Dustin. Chad right there with the puck is 16. Behind the net, maybe spread out the formation here, but another no-go.
You got to get pucks through on the power play there, Rod. It's so important to get them to the net. When the defenseman can front like that and knock down pucks, you're not going to have much success.
Chad Naring, the backhand feed, rock wing, and Luker again, and he's been perfect so far. Save on Scott Woitas. He's actually gotten better as this season has progressed too, Bryce Luker.
So, well, one of the things Burnaby's doing well here is having 4 up across the blue line, and as a result of that, it's making it tough for Yorkton to generate any offense. But you know, at least that time they got some pucks on the net.
40 seconds left with a man advantage. Sparvier is out there. Menke, and again Korchinski circling the net, now going to the corner. Naring open on the point, behind the net. Korchinski still hasn't really touched the puck too much in this game.
I think it's really important, Rod, that what's going to happen here with Yorkton is they got to have 2 guys on the puck all the time, and they've got to move to open spots to get the puck. What's happening on the power play is they're just basically standing around and expecting the player with the puck to do something with it, and you're not going to be as successful in the power play like that. You got to move the puck around, go to open spaces, and try to get some movement.
Every shot that Luker has faced has also been a puck that he's can clearly see so far. So see what happens. 17 seconds left on the power play. Losing the puck. Brett McCruvey. And now the power play is over. Back to full strength. Sparvier colliding in front there with Lee Rogers. 2 goals so far by Kyle Turris, who's on the ice. Steve Cunningham the other. 3-0 Burnaby right now. You're watching the 2006 RBC Cup from Brampton. It's 3-0 Burnaby. 4:57 to go in the first period.
You can really see here, Rod, Burnaby's doing a really good job of playing 4 across on the PK, and what's happening is Yorkton's just turning the puck over, and as a result, Burnaby can dump it down the ice. And what Yorkton's got to do is chip the puck and chase it and put it into spaces where they got 50-50 chance of getting it. Burnaby's doing a great job with that on the PK.
Star of the game so far. Kyle Turris back on the ice. Maddox trying to get him the puck, and does. Turris to Soares. Shot save made by Bockwell. Good line for Burnaby. Most effective line in this tournament. Scored some big goals, including Soares, number 22. Small guy, but awfully tenacious. Plays hard.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player. I mean, he's an older player. He started the year this year playing at Burnaby State in Minnesota there, and he's came back. And when you get those 20-year-old players back, really helps. And you know, playing with a 16-year-old like that, he can give Burris a lot of confidence. Not that he needs a lot.
Yeah, again, the game winner yesterday in overtime, and wasn't playing much in Bemidji. Korchinski now digging in front, loose puck. That's the kind of luck that Yorkton's had in this first period. Michael Holmes right on the doorstep, but couldn't convert. There's Holmes to Korchinski.
You see what Ed Schwartz is doing here. He's really starting to mix up his lines here and playing Korchinski with all different wingers here, probably trying to get something going.
Off the boards for Korchinski. Stops. His shot wide of the net. Cannot find the mark. Here's Keith Seabrook, the 17-year-old brother of Brent, playing over at the World Championships right now in Riga, Latvia. Brent Seabrook, a member, of course, of Canadian junior team for a couple of years. Fine NHLer as well. And there's Keith.
He's a very good hockey player. He's one of the better offensive players on their team. He's got a lot of skill, and George Gwozdecki, the coach at Denver University, is going to really enjoy coaching a player with his offensive skills.
We're going to be doing a nice job getting the puck out of their zone in this game. Max Grassi had it taken away. Orban. Burnaby's really controlled the play from the outset.
I think right now, Rod, too, the Burnaby team's skating a lot better than the Yorkton team, and as a result of that, they're getting to all loose pucks, and when they don't have the puck, they're really pressuring the Yorkton team as well.
Well, they got to the puck just like that. Gangula behind the net, trying to get the puck, but Terriers, 3 minutes to go. Need a goal here in this first period, dominated by the men in white. Winning all the battles, even along the boards. And down the ice it goes. An icing call here with 2:43 to go. Maybe, you know, there's some people probably watching maybe junior A hockey for the first time. And you, of course, are a coach at the major junior level here at the Brampton Battalion. Congratulations on a fine season, by the way, and a great player in Wojtek Wolski. What a year he had, but the difference between junior A hockey and major junior hockey.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest difference right now is that what I see is just the speed of the game. But a lot of the players in junior A hockey, their focus is obviously to go at U.S. scholarships, and that's why they're playing at this level, is to keep their eligibility open.
The Express with a big line on the ice again. Paul Crowder trying to give it to Irwin. 94, McNeely in the corner. Terriers just look like a very flat team here in this first period, like they've run out of gas.
One thing with Burnaby is they're just pressuring the puck everywhere, and as a result, Yorkton's really struggling with that. They're not giving them any room at all.
And
I mean,
they come outside the line.
You can really see it right off faceoffs too. You know, as we have here, you know, right off the faceoff, there's good faceoff intensity by Burnaby, and they get the puck back because they're working so hard. And when you're having that intensity off faceoffs and the forecheck and still having a guy high, it makes your team very difficult to play against. And right now, Yorkton's got no time and no space to do anything, and they're going to have to find some if they want to get back in this hockey game.
Turris, Maddock, and Soares back on the ice for Burnaby. Inside 2 minutes, first period. Soares, Maddock spins the backhand in. We're going to hear a lot more about Kyle Turris down the road, the 16-year-old. A lot of overtures already, and he has shown this week to be maybe the best player in this tournament this week.
I think he'll be wearing the colored jersey he's got on, but for his home country, Team Canada down the road, you know, Rod?
You absolutely are correct. Maddock just missing the mark. Maddock played in the WHL forever. Long flip pass. Almost worked for Derek Sadashny. A brother who played in the WHL. Sadashny did. A Swift Current a few years ago.
Burnaby's having no problem getting out of the ring time and time again.
Just winning all the battles. Santorelli swings it in front again. The final minute, first period. Terriers are going to have to do some serious regrouping here, because they have not brought their A game into this final. Back down the ice by the Express. Simos. Korchinski out there again, and an icing call, so maybe one last gasp here for the Korchinski trio with 28 seconds to go in the first.
You know, the big thing with Yorkton is they got to do a better job at communicating. We can just, you know, time and time again, you know, guys are giving away the puck because they're not talking with each other, and they all got to get on the same page. And I think if that happens, they're going to be successful, and that's what they need to do here. They got to, I'm sure Coach Swatsky between periods is going to be talking to them about that.
They have made a good job of it this week, of adjusting. Again, they were very fortunate to be in the final in many ways, but they've been a resilient bunch.
Yeah, you don't get to a final like this without a lot of memorable comebacks, and obviously they're going to need a big one here to get back in this hockey game.
Final few seconds, first period. Express maybe one more shot. Bothwell to save with 3 seconds to go.
The biggest thing with Burnaby right now, too, is their transition game. They're moving the puck so quickly out of their end and with so much speed that, you know, they're forcing the Yorkton D now here to back off. You know, on the goal early in the first period, they tried to step up and then cost them on a 2-on-1 in the third goal. So now they're starting to back off, and as a result, Burnaby's got a lot of room in the neutral zone.
Might get a chance for one more swipe here. Nice draw. Paul Crowder very good in that face-off circle. They almost had another good chance, scoring chance here in the final face-off, but all Burnaby first period.
No, there's no doubt about that. Burnaby's been all over them in the first period, and Yorkton's got to get it going sooner than later right here.
Kyle Turris, 2 goals. Steve Cunningham has 1. The Express 3-0 over the Yorkton Terriers at the RBC Cup after 1 period.
It's full steam ahead for the Burnaby Express, who have built up a 3-0 lead over Yorkton after 1 period of the 2006 RBC Cup. And the Yorkton Terriers may yet make a great game of this, but they may be hard-pressed to match last year's final in Weyburn, Saskatchewan, between the host Red Wings and the Camrose Kodiaks that literally went down to the wire. It was a great night if your name was Rick Wood. Not so great if it was David Thompson.
The Camrose Kodiaks last won this championship in 2001.
It could have happened in any other game, but my luck, it had to happen that game.
Yesterday, Weyburn gave up the tying goal in the final minute. They did it again here.
I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. Like, I just buried my head and was hoping it was just a bad dream.
Tons of pressure for the Kodiaks. 20 seconds to go. Thompson, he scored! Weyburn scored! Unbelievable!
I don't think they'll be any bigger than that I'll ever score. No.
David Thompson pops up the puck. Can you believe that?
Without the bad words, probably, oh my God, I can't believe I let that in. And I thought just to cover it because 16 seconds left. And I was going down, and he poked it, and right away I knew he poked it. And I was just hoping it was going wide, but as you guys know, it didn't.
Wow, I couldn't believe it. It was undescribable, really. Just, it was a nut house in that rink there playing at home. It was just a great feeling.
I went to play the puck, and then I thought about it. And like my dad's always telling me, if you think about it, the puck's in the net. And that's how it was.
I realized what had happened there with that much. There was only 15 seconds left in the game or something, so I figured it was over then. So that was a good one to get.
So when I went home, everybody was excited that I was on TSN. Like, they thought it was the biggest thing, but they were always like, oh, why'd you let that in? And of course, you're like, I don't know, I didn't mean to let it in. It was tough knowing that everybody saw it. You just got to realize it's just the game. Get over it.
Always had people mentioning stuff, and you always see something about it in the paper or something, and so it'll always stay with me.
It's all Burnaby after 20 minutes. They lead 3-0 over Yorkton. More of the RBC Cup here on TSN after the break.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Garnier Fructis Anti-Dandruff. Proven results guaranteed.
Hey folks, Brian Mudrick inside the Sports Center newsroom. The San Jose Sharks and Edmonton Oilers underway in Game 5 of their series. No team has won on the road yet in this series. Let's get you up to date. First period, we do have a goal. Yaroslav Spacek shoots. Fernando Pisani, the nice little tip. His 6th goal on the Oilers' second shot of the game. It's 1-0 in 1. Devils, Canes power play. Corey Stillman, his 4th of the postseason. They win 4-1. They will face the Sabres in the Eastern Conference Final. Canada, Czech Republic, World Hockey Championship. Crosby, Sidney Crosby scoring his tournament-leading 6th goal. Later in the period, though, Yaroslav Balastic shot fools Alex. All that made it 5-4, and the Czechs going to win 6-4. All your hockey highlights and reaction coming up on Sports Center. It follows the Royal Bank Cup. We get you back there shortly.
Players arriving on the ice for the second period here in Brampton. Welcome, everyone, to the RBC Cup. Canadian Junior A Hockey Championship on the line here tonight, and nothing seems to be phasing this young man. Youngest player in the tournament this week, youngest player in his league, I'm sure. Kyle Turris, 16 years old, and you can see why he is drawing some rave reviews so far.
There's no doubt about that, Rod. And the great thing about him is the bigger the game, the more pressure, the better he plays. We saw it in the semifinal, and we're seeing it in the finals. And that's what great players are all about, playing well in big games.
Funny thing is, the big line for Burnaby on the ice right now, centered by Crowder. Turris has been the guy who's got all the goals. 6 goals this week, and a number of big ones. 2 in the first period. 3-0 Express. And the Terriers need to find the board in a hurry.
It's important here for Yorkton to get off to a good start and get some pucks in the net.
Nice play by Irwin. Almost put in on the far side. And that was also a Terrier stick. McNeely there. And again, the Terriers lucky that it's still 3-0. And we have a penalty here against Burnaby.
Well, you know, I think it's really important here for Yorkton to get going, but right off the bat again, Burnaby gets a good chance here. Irwin makes a great move, comes in and just slides the puck by the open side. But, Yorkton catches a break here as Burnaby takes a penalty there, and, hopefully Yorkton gets something going on the power play here.
In the box is Peter Murth, who was named the top defenseman this week. The 5 teams competing at the RBC Cup, all winning their leagues. Mark Soares.
There you see Burris again making a great play. It's a right shot center. He chips the puck past the defenseman because he knows he's uptight, and as a result, Soares almost gets a scoring chance.
Out of his zone. But again, a high stick knocking the puck down.
You can see here Burris is a right center, and he realizes that the D's up tight. You can't see him in the picture, but he'll chip it by there, and Soares has got great speed. And he just goes right through there and gets it up to Soares, and Soares almost gets a scoring chance.
Menke wins the draw. Back to Kohler. Kohler trying to keep it in. Look out here. Here comes Turris looking for the hat trick. Kyle Turris. Stop made. Turris again, soars, scores!
Just unbelievable puck pressure here by Turris. He just goes in there. There's 3 Yorkton guys in the corner. He's just patient. He gets the puck. They turn it over. Soares goes to the net, and it's a great goal. That turnover there. He just goes in here, almost scores there. Follows the puck, though. Keeps coming, finds it. 3 guys colliding each other. Slides across to Soares. Soares goes top shelf, and it's 4-0 now for the Burnaby Express. And watching them play today, I can see why they call them the Express.
They have done it every way imaginable in this game. Power play, even strength, now shorthanded. Soares, who put his team into this championship thanks to the overtime goal yesterday. Burnaby Express looked like they were on their way home after the semifinal. Now the Terriers, still with 1:09 left in the power play. Fort William gave Burnaby a big scare yesterday.
Big thing here, Rod, is like Yorkton's got to get some support for the guy who's got the puck. What's happening now is getting no support. There's pressure from Burnaby, and they're just turning the puck over.
Luker to save in front, loose puck, just steered aside nicely. Crowder flips it down to Bothwell.
Yeah, they're just making great plays. They're not real aggressive on the penalty kill up the ice, but they really clog it along the blue line. As a result of that, Yorkton's having a hard time, and they just one-touch it down the ice every time Yorkton turns it over.
It's almost as if Burnaby's operating in a different gear here in this game.
Yeah, the biggest thing for Yorkton now is not to get down and realize there's, almost 40 minutes left and keep coming hard here. This level of hockey, anything can happen.
There's Kyle Block behind the net. Final few seconds of the power play. Norris will come out of the box. Not many good chances for the Yorkton Terriers. Just wristed into Luker. Brings the whistle.
Yeah, I think it's very, very important that speed kills, and right now that's what's helping Burnaby.
Kyle Turris and Mark Soares in this tournament. It's been their tournament for the Express.
They've been the top two forwards for the team in the games we've saw, Rod. And as you can see, I mean, Turris has got 4 goals and 5 assists, and Soares has got 3 and 3. But he got the one to get him here today. But both those guys skate really well, and it's almost like when they're on the ice, they have one mind between them because they think very similar, and as a result, they make great plays. And that's what happens in dynamic duo-type combinations in hockey.
Yeah, they are a great duo. The 2 top scorers for the Express this year were Jeff Irwin and Tyler McNeely. Again, those two have really only combined for 1 goal this week. Turris has come of age here in Brampton this week.
They're just making great plays through the neutral zone. They're just coming to holes, and right now Yorkton's having a hard time with their speed.
Captain Brady Cook. It's another battle to the puck. Bodies flying in the corner. Burnaby comes up with it again. McNeely, Santorelli, Bothwell. The save and bounce back out to center. Santorelli into the glove of Kohler, down the ice. And another icing call. 4-0 Express.
We couldn't lose. We had the maple leaf on our jerseys. The Royal Bank helped pay our way to the games.
RBC, putting athletes first since 1947.
4-0 Burnaby. McNeely. Pengula behind the net. Max Grassie's there. Still fighting for it along the boards.
And here's referee Sean McQuigg there telling him to keep playing, which is a good sign for an official.
Carlo Finucci. Back out to the point. Here come the Express again. It's been all white so far. Woitis. Shot right on Luker.
I think the biggest thing there, too, is, like, turnovers. I think, Rod, like, the Burnaby just had a turnover there, and it's one of the few ones they've had in the game. And when you have the speed that they have and you don't turn the puck over, it's really hard. And even when they get it in the, the zone there, they've got sustained pressure, You're looking at Rick Lance there now. You never know his hockey team's up 4-0. And I'm sure he's seen many games like this before, but his team's in pretty good shape as we talk.
Former first-round pick back in 1980, Rick Lance. Number 7 overall by the Canucks. Bouncing puck in front. Luker again. Korchinski. And Luker will cover up.
That's probably the best chance of the game there for Yorkton. Korchinski and Wagner there. They're just battling hard. As you can see, they go to work on the face-off, show good face-off intensity, and he just puts the puck towards the net. There's a tip there, but you got to give Luker credit. He's not giving up a lot of rebounds, and when he does, he's square to the puck. And Korchinski's got there. He had his shoulders totally square to the puck. He's a big goalie to begin with.
They have shut out the Terriers so far. 4-0. Waga wins this battle. Favorite player, he says, Ryan Smith, hence the number 94. well. Gives it off to Brett McGroovy. Rubbed out by Murph along the boards. Swagger again. Menke.
Almost too many men on the ice there.
Sent again back into the Burnaby zone. Express come out again with the numbers. Crowder, an offside call at the line.
Yeah, you know, it's really important that they keep driving the net even when they go offside there. They're putting pressure, but Yorkton got lucky there. The guy just got off the ice, and you know the play there is if that guy going off the ice would have touched the puck, there would have been too many men on the ice. But luckily for Yorkton, it didn't touch him as well. But that's Skwatsky there. He's a competitor, and he's going to make his team battle right to the end here. You know that for sure.
Says the key this week for his team has been to stick to the plan and believe with hard work.
And that's probably being put to a test right now, Rock.
No doubt. Holmes finally trying to get a body in front of Luker, but the shot was wide. Here comes the kid. Turris over the line. Shot. Deflected off his skate. And he is a gifted young hockey player.
The great thing with great players is every time they have the puck, something good happens.
Almost again. Turris, if he's not shooting it, is feeding it. That time, Maddock almost had goal number 5. Express lead 4-0. 9:52 to go in the second period. That's Johan Maddock. Almost made a brilliant play here.
We talk about second effort hockey, and you can see here with Soares, he's on his knees and flies the puck across, and Johan Maddock almost gets a chance. And you know, here he's got a one-on-one play, a little toe drag. Jason Spezza gets by him. Probably could have been a penalty, and tries to slide the puck by. But that line right now is playing with a lot of confidence, and when things are going well, you try things that you normally wouldn't try. But they've got so much confidence now, they're willing to try anything.
Korchinski giving chase here. Samo is knocking him down. There's a chance again. Holmes right into the belly of Bryce Luker.
Big thing with Bryce Luker as a goalie too is we always talk about goalies that don't give up rebounds, and the one thing he is, not only is he a big guy, but he really does a good job of controlling the puck. And you know what, Yorkton's not getting the second chance, and we can see it right there. Sure, it's right in the breadbasket, but he's not giving up any rebounds at all.
Korchinski won the draw. Weiger there in the corner. Korchinski, shot on goal. Got to start peppering the puck now at Luker. Try to find some way to beat the Burnaby netminder. In front, Korchinski with the best chance the Terriers had all night. Wide of the net. Goal written all over that. Crowder for Irwin. Behind the net's McNeely now. To the point. The shot blocked. Orban, it's just out. Offside is the call. Chris Korchinski will not get a better chance than he just had a moment ago.
Standing by himself, right open in front of the net. The missed defensive zone coverage, comes out, fires the puck, and just misses the net there. And that's just been the type of day it's been for Yorkton. Usually a player of that ability would never miss a chance like that.
Best player for the Terriers. Most valuable player this year. Saskatchewan league top scorer. Soares. Turris scores! There's the hat trick.
Just another great goal, but I mean, Soares makes a great little pass there. Good players can make good plays in small spaces, and that's what happened there. And you know, when you can score a goal like that on the top shelf of the goalie's glove, it's unbelievable. Great plays by Soares there, and he just goes top shelf, great release. But great play by Mark Soares here. He just takes a puck, little tight spot, and Turris makes no mistake. Just a great goal, and he's just been unbelievable in the 2 games that we've seen here.
Well, they do love Kyle Turris in Burnaby right now. The Express expressing themselves in a big way. 5-0. Turris with a hat trick. 7 goals now in the tournament.
you know, you got to give Rick Lance a lot of credit. He's taken two older, experienced wingers, one that's been in college and one in the dub, and put him with a great young superstar, and they really work great together, Rob.
He may not be done yet. Turris in on the play, and the Terriers are reeling even more. 5-0. 8 minutes to go in the second period. Nothing has gone right for Yorkton. Great season, second consecutive Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League championship. It's been a rough ride for this team, though, this week, and here they come again. Express, though, lose the puck. Soares, Maddox and Turris have been the big line. Santorelli now 2-on-1, and he scores! The floodgates wide open here, 6-0.
Just another example, but 2-on-1, and I think the goalie thought he might be passing it across, and he took the shot. Little chip there, bad read again by the D, and it's a 2-on-1. Looks off the defenseman like he's going to pass, and makes no mistakes, and puts it in the net. Smart play here, great shot, goal.
And a goaltending change now. Lyndon Sammartino coming in, and Brett Bothwell had a good tournament, will go out of the game. And Mark Santorelli, 17-year-old, makes it 6-0. I don't think we saw this kind of score coming, this dominance coming. Burnaby's played well, and their speed has been a key, but the Terriers have looked like a team that, I'm not saying that they were destined to be in this final, but they've had some luck, they've had some pluck, but they've been a team that just doesn't back down. They've also played physical this week. Nothing has gone right in this game for them.
No, I mean, you know, the interesting thing too, Rod, is we both watched Burnaby play yesterday, and they definitely didn't skate yesterday like they are today, and just amazing. You know, their speed right now is just intimidating Yorkton, and you got the speed they got. It's really tough to play against teams with that type of speed.
For 58 minutes yesterday, they had a tough time with the Fort William First Nation North Star goaltender, and then were able to solve him. Very fortunate to be in the final today. Get 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. 11 seconds left on the clock to send it to overtime. And then the winner in OT. Here they are now leading 6-0. Korchinski. Wago.
I mean, I think of fairness here too to Brett Bothwell. None of those goals were really his fault, and he's had a great tournament. And you know, they were goal scorers goals, and that's tough on a goalie.
Kyle Turris is a bullseye on him now for sure.
Yeah, but you know what? What I find with great players, and he's definitely one of them. I saw with Sidney Crosby. The harder you play them, the more they compete, and usually the more damage they do to you. So great players, stuff like that does not affect their game at all.
He has shown to be a great player, certainly, in this game this week. Kyle Block in now to try to win this faceoff for Yorkton. Block gets it in front, at least will try to set it in front, and Luker still nursing this shutout.
Good chance there in the wraparound. You know, Yorkton right now, I mean, they just want to get a goal any way they can, and they got to put pucks to the net, and obviously they just wrap the puck around there and almost put it in.
Shot right on Luker. Number 25, Chris Cook, out there with Block and Todd Rusnak.
Yeah, they're changing their lines around, but you know, you got to give Yorkton credit here. The last 2 shifts, you know, they're still battling and going hard here, and that's the type of character that's got them here, and that's a credit to their coaching staff as well.
Bouncing puck in front of Luker. Irwin to Crowder. 6.5 minutes to go in the second period.
One thing that's really happened in Burnaby here too, Rod, is their D are so mobile and they move the puck so well. And they put the puck on their forward sticks, and as a result of that, they got speed all the time. See it with Seabrook and some of the other players as well.
Here comes Seabrook. Wheeling. Irwin firing. Save made by Sammartino. Sammartino, an 18-year-old from Surrey, BC. Blake straight nose. Can't win the race to the puck. Justin Naring trying to send it in. Spurvier. Luker down, but puck still out. Straight nose again. Behind the net now. Looking for Spurvier in front. Naring trying to pinch. Terriers, 5.5 to go. Dump it down, and Luker just gives way to Pierre Murph. Top defenseman this week in this tournament. Menke, Justin Menke. Now behind the net. Straight nose to Menke. Naring knocks it down. Puck still in, and Yorkton has found the net finally. On a bouncing puck. They need more of that.
You know, that's good for the Yorkton team there. They keep going, and the defenseman there, number 22, Dustin Neerling, just put the puck to the net, and one of the Burnaby players did the Cardinal Simmons, tipping the puck on the way in. You know, as a goalie, you never want that to happen, but that's just the excitement of playing in the finals, and you know, the Burnaby player tipped the puck, and unfortunately for Luker, went by him, but hats off to Yorkton there. They keep battling, and they got a goal, and that's great.
Let's take a look. Kyle Turris actually has 4 goals now. One into his own net. I think he tipped the puck in. So 6-1 is the score. Holmes. Left side in front. Maybe more to come here for Yorkton. They need a lot. Down 5. 4 minutes to go. 4.5 to go in the second period. Turris. Good size, too, for a 16-year-old. Size, good speed, good hands, got it all.
The most important thing is you got unbelievable hockey sense, and that's something as a coach you can't teach.
Soares ducks a check. Now Korchinski dumps it in, goes to the bench for a change. Simoes to Soares. Here they come again, the Express. Down, Turris in front. 3 goals already in this game. Still with the puck. Murph behind the net. Maddock in front. Turris. Murph back to Turris. His shot. And the save made by Sammartino. 6-1 is the score at the RBC Cup in Brampton on TSN. Ed Zawadzki and his Terriers are on the board, but down to 5, 6-1 with 3:52 to go in the second period.
As you can see, the puck comes out to the point here, and the guy coming out to the point man kind of pulls what we call pink flamingo and gets out of the way, and then Kyle Turris gets the puck in. But, you know, I guess when you're up 6-0, it's not as important to block shots.
Seabrook lost the puck. Wagner, number 94, trying to make a move. Holmes with the shot. Stopped by a defenseman in front of Luker. Here's Seabrook again.
Burnaby does a great job of making that first pass by all 3 forecheckers, Rod, and that's why they're getting so many odd man rushes. Almost again here.
Cunningham. Last year at this time in Weyburn with a thrilling final. Red Wings, the host team in their own building, coming back against Camrose. Heartbreaking loss for the Kodiaks, thrilling one for the home team. If this championship is coming back to Saskatchewan, they're going to have to make a big comeback, Yorkton.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Rod, they got to do that. And you know, it's interesting in this rink, and I'm coaching this rink a long time. So as the period gets late, we start seeing the ice shavings, and the puck will definitely slow down.
Naring. Grassi. Lee Rogers. Shangula. San Martino playing it behind the net. Grassi again with Shangula. A lot of battles along the boards, and the Express have been winning most of these battles here. Finucci. Carlo Finucci. Look how strong this guy is. Yankee trying to take him off the puck, and he can't. Back into the corner go the Terriers. Spurvier, that's all he could do was dump it into the corner. Goodnick with the puck here. Spurvier can't corral it along the boards. And there's an offside. 2:10 to go in the second period. Burnaby Express leading 6-1.
Nike Bauer Hockey is the preferred equipment supplier of Hockey Canada. When international men's junior hockey represent Canada in international competition, they look to Nike Hockey to supply the most advanced hockey equipment. Nike Bauer Hockey is a proud premier sponsor of Hockey Canada.
2 minutes to go, second period. 6-1 Burnaby. Junior A Hockey Championship of Canada, the RBC Cup, will be presented here tonight. And for all intents and purposes, since the beginning of this game, Burnaby Express have had one hand on it.
There's a bad penalty there by McNeil, 94 there. Get his elbows up too high, but you know, it's interesting there with number 24 there on Yorkton. He's a call-up from the midget team, and that's why he's got to wear a full mask. You can see it. We see it here. It's just gets the elbows up, and he's almost trying to take his head off. And really, this time in the game, you don't want to make plays like that, because they get another one here. Who knows? It might give them momentum going into the dressing room.
Yorkton power play is 0 for 3 in this game. 5 shots in the power play. Korchinski getting it back to Holmes. One-timer from the point. Korchinski in front, and the Terriers have scored. And maybe this will put some life back in Yorkton. 6-2 now.
Well, we talked about taking bad penalties, and there's an example, and you can see the look on Rick Blanchard's face on the bench that he knew that. And you got to give Yorkton credit. They just put off the face-off, good face-off intensity. They kept the puck in, got the puck to the net, battled along, and there was Fish Cook tapping the puck in. And, great goal by a guy that, when we talked last night, Rod, the coach thought he might not be able to play today.
Yeah, he was banged up yesterday in their final and was questionable. Good thing he played.